Hi and welcome to this video. In the next couple of days I will be uploading my first real progress video on my 10 HP Iron Man account. And I ended that first progress video when I was going to start Priest in Me Pl0X. Now I have a little bit of a dilemma right now and I want to ask you guys your opinions. Should I complete Priest in Me Pl0X or not? I've had a little bit of a conversation with Zerk, the clan leader of the Iron Man clan that I'm currently in. He's currently one of the leading Iron Men with 10 HP. He already has 99 ranged and magic, and he's currently going for 99 Slayer. He's almost halfway with 91 Slayer. And because we're both Iron Men, we will need to smith all those balls ourselves. Now we can't get them from Corp, for example. Now I had a conversation with this guy and he has not completed that quest. The reason why he does not have completed the quest is because of the cons that I've written down. I've written down all the pros and the cons that I could think of, and he thought that the cons weigh way more than the pros. Now if you have looked at his stats, he also has 1 defense. So he doesn't really want to have the black mask, for example, and he might benefit a little bit less from the cons than I would, because I want to train some defense on my 10 hit points Iron Man. But so he does not have completed the quest, and the main reason is because you unlock the Slayer Tower. Now first I want to go over all the pros and the cons. First the pros. If you complete the quest Priest in Peril and Ghost Ahoy, you will get 2.4 thousand prayer experience from Ghost Ahoy and 1.5k. Don't really know the exact prayer experience that you get, but in combined you might get like 4,000 free prayer experience just completing these 2 quests. Also, by completing Ghost Ahoy, you now have the Ectoveil, which teleports you directly to the Ectofunctus. And the Ectofunctus is also a very nice way how to train your prayer at low level. Well, it is quite difficult to train prayer on a regular Iron Man account or with the 10 HP restriction. Usually you just get your bones and you then make your own gilded altar and use it on that, nice AFK. But if you are low level and you can't afford a gilded altar, the Ectofunctus is a very nice alternative. So that's why I also want to unlock the Ectofunctus, because I need to have 43 prayer pretty much immediately, because having 10 hit points you will get 1 hit quite easily. Also you get your first herb and flower patch. Then you also have access to the Barrows minigame. I don't really need to have access to that minigame until I have 70 defense. Doing that minigame before you have 70 defense on an Iron Man is quite useless. So also you have the best hunter spot for level 29 to 47 hunter, which is north of the graveyard of Desert Treasure, which is also a very nice hunter spot. You also have access to the Shades of Morton minigame, if you want to get a Glory Amulet or the Amulet of the Damned, which has the same bonuses of a Amulet of Glory. Also you have access to the Canifis Agility course, which is quite nice for Marks of Grace. Go away. And you also have access to the level 20 Combat Slayer Master, which you can easily get to by using the Ectoveil, which you have gotten from Ghost Ahoy. Also you have access to Desert Treasure. And after you have completed Rumdeal and Cabin Fever, you also have access to Muscle Harmless. I've checked before, I just went with my other account to Braindead Island, and you are able to set up a cannon to defeat the boss of Rumdeal. And Cabin Fever does not have a boss, so you have easily access to Muscle Harmless on 10 HP. And on Muscle Harmless, the main thing that I want to get is Black Masks when I reach 58 Slayer. Now I also went with my other account to the Slayer Cave and I was able to set up a cannon there, so Black Masks are also available for 10 HP Iron Man. Now lastly, for Slayer itself, you will also unlock the Slayer Tower, which means after you've completed Priest in Peril quest, all the monsters that are located in the Slayer Tower, the Slayer Masters are able to give you a task of monsters that are in the Slayer Tower. But the main problem is that you cannot use a cannon in there. Now the good monsters that are currently in the Slayer Tower are Bloodfells, which you can kill in Neve's Cave with a cannon, as well as the Aberrant Spectres. Also, other Slayer monsters that you have unlocked by doing Priest in Peril quest are Fever Spiders, which you can kill with a cannon, Ghouls, Shades, here in the Shades of Morton, Werewolves. They might be a little bit difficult, maybe just curse on one of the humans and then let the cannon do the rest. And also Jungle Horrors. You can easily use a cannon to kill Jungle Horrors, so that's why they are at the pros. Now for the cons. The only con to not complete Priest in Peril quest is because of this Slayer Tower. If you unlock the Slayer Tower, it is likely, maybe not really that likely, that you will put your Slayer skill in a lock. You can't complete any Slayer tasks anymore. What I mean by that is, there are some monsters in the Slayer Tower that are only available in the Slayer Tower. And since I will not be able to use a cannon in that tower, I will never be able to complete that task, and then I will need to go to Berthope, for example, to reset all of my Slayer points back to 0 and hopefully get another task. Now with the completion of Priest in Peril quest, there are also a lot of Slayer monsters unlocked that I will never be able to kill on a task. These are Crawling Hands, Banshees, Infernal Mages, Gargoyles, Necrils and Abyssal Demons. Now the last three, they are very high level, but I've tried to set up a cannon at those three places in Neve's Cave and I was not able to set up a cannon. With the main reason that the soil wasn't really hard enough. But then I went to the Cave Krakens, set up my cannon right next to that water. So it was a pretty bullshit reason, but I will never be able to kill these three monsters. Also, the top three here, they are only located in the Slayer Tower and I will never be able to kill those as well. Now if I would get a task of Matcha or Vanaka, Vanaka and Matcha will probably be my main Slayer masters, especially Vanaka, because getting level 70 combat will take a very long time. So Vanaka will probably be my main Slayer master. But he can give all these tasks, Abyssal Demons, Gargoyles, Infernal Mages, Banshees, he can give all of those tasks. Also, keep in mind, I must block monsters from the Slayer Cave as well, because that cave is also cannon free. So, for example, Basilisks or Cockatrices or Jellies, I must either skip all of these tasks from the Slayer Cave as well, or I will also need to go to Berthope and get another task. Now the main problem is, I have no problem with resetting my Slayer points, but the main problem is, and it's also the reason why Banshees and Crawling Hands are in bold, is that this guy in Berthope is also able to give you Banshees and Crawling Hands. If I'm going to reset my Slayer task here in Berthope and he gives me a task of Banshees or Crawling Hands, which has one of the highest weight of tasks, and Crawling Hands are also 8 in weight, I have locked out the skill. I can't do anything anymore. I can't train Slayer anymore. So that is the problem with completing Priest in Peril quest. What do you think I should do? I have no idea what I should do. I've been discussing this with myself all night now. Personally, I want to have the pros. The pros personally weigh more than the cons, but this is such pain in the ass. If the guy in Berthope gives me one of those two tasks, I can't train Slayer anymore. Please help me. What should I do? Should I train Slayer before completing Priest in Peril quest until I have a lot of Slayer points? So I will be able to cancel a lot of tasks? But I won't be able to get any Slayer points before I come at 40 and I can accept tasks from Vanaka. I can't go to the level 20 Slayer Master because I need to have completed Priest in Peril for that. I have issues. Would you mind telling me what you think? Should I go with the risk and just complete that quest and go with all those pros? And hopefully I will never get Crawling Hands and Banshees from the guy in Berthope. Please tell me what you think, because I'm currently a little bit stuck.